Hi, just want to add a couple trigger warnings really quick. We do get into our intrusive thoughts. Some of those happen to be kind of gory and yucky. We also talk about like dying and things like that. I'm pretty sure vomit is mentioned. Gagging is in here. So if you don't want to hear about any of that, don't feel bad about skipping out on this episode. We also recorded half of it, and then Adam had a migraine, so they ended up going home, and so the last half of this episode isn't like video recorded, but we know you understand. So if you just listen, it won't matter to you, but if you watch on YouTube, so sorry. But yeah, hope you enjoy. Bye.
All right.
Hello again.
Hello.
I didn't read them. I promise I didn't read them. I zoned out.
I knew if you read it, you were gonna laugh.
I didn't read it.
Okay, we're back for more bullshit.
We're back. We took a slight intermission. I had to pee. I dug through my closet for a pen. It was a whole thing. But
this episode is gonna be juicy.
It's gonna be
it's
fun.
Our fucking intrusive
thought.
And we have some from Reddit too, which are apparently pretty funny. I think I'm gonna have to read those, huh?
One of them maybe, because it's just when you hear it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't know how. I looked up the definition of an intrusive thought, and I feel like it didn't give me like what I needed from a definition. It's basically like the thoughts that you think throughout the day that you don't want to think, or that like.
Oh well, some of these I do want to think. They're just funny.
Well.
I'm not going to specify which ones.
We are mentally ill. So a couple of mine.
We are going to have a trigger warning on this.
Yeah, definitely a trigger warning.
Don't fucking grippy sock me, bro.
Don't like, grippy sock me. I'm fine. I'm on medication, okay?
I'm not.
She's not,
but I'm okay.
It's okay. We're fine.
I'm okay.
She works in a doctor's office. If somebody noticed something, they would say something.
You can fucking grippy sock me when you fucking want to at this point. No, I'm just kidding. No, don't do that. I love my baby.
I was gonna say, don't. She's fine. She's really fine. Also, I read
when I do it, girl.
I'm not gonna do it. I did it.
I did not do any. Well,
no.
Some of these.
I have.
You'll know which ones I've done.
Oh, okay. I will say that when I looked up the definition, it said that they are from trauma. Like, you think stuff because of trauma, which I was like,
that really changes some of my intrusive thoughts.
Wait till you hear a couple of mine.
Let me add a couple.
Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. What, you wanna hear the playing field before you say some of yours? Okay, so this is like the first. So we've been trying to think of these for a couple days, and this is like the first one that I thought of, but it was from when Oliver was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure this was on.
I know, mine is like moving. What's the position I'm in?
This is when he was a baby, and every time, so Theodore is not a pacifier kid, right? Mm-hmm. Oliver is a pacifier kid, and he would spit that shit out all the time before he could just pick it up and put it back in his mouth. Every single time he did that, I thought, I wonder if Kyle has a bungee cord in the garage. Just like wrap that shit so it doesn't go anywhere. And now every time that I think about, for our listeners, she just hit herself in the face.
That is an intrusive thought I should not have done.
It was an intrusive thought. Okay.
But I did it.
That's my first one. I think about, and now every time like I see a pacifier fall out of Bubba's mouth, that's the first thing my brain goes.
Yeah, but they don't just like blip, they like poof.
Yeah.
Spits that shit out. It goes like Mach 10 too.
Mach 10.
Yeah. Forcefully.
Oh man. Yeah. So that's my first one. That's a light one.
I like that. Okay. Next.
No, we'll go back and forth.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta go. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see if I can find one. Let's start off like easy. None of these are easy. Okay, I said in the last episode, if you guys listen, I'm very aggressive. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I'm thinking. Okay, I'll just start with the first one.
Okay.
I was driving, okay? And some of my intrusive thoughts when I drive are bad. This one was a little funny.
I have one too about driving.
So I'm driving, right? And I'm going out to see Adam at work. And there's this car in front of me. And he was going so fucking slow. And the first thought in my mind was booty tap him.
Give him a little love tap.
But I instantly thought booty tap. Like, just...
I thought you were saying that to be nice about the situation.
In my head, I said booty tap. It literally says booty tap the car in front of you.
Hey, sometimes they need a little booty tap.
And it was a green Jeep. So if you drive a green Jeep and you were driving through James City the other day, fuck you.
Fuck you.
And your Jeep.
Was it like booger green or like dark green?
Like dark green.
Oh.
Like forest green, if you will.
Oh, I like that color.
I like the color, but fuck his Jeep.
That makes me sad.
And him.
It was a man?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just saying him because I guess, I don't know. It was probably a white female, though. Let's be honest.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to be like, I guess, can we say that because we are white females?
I don't know.
Anyway, stereotypes.
9 out of 10 times it's a white female that's driving Jeep.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And doing dumb shit in traffic.
Yeah. Like what the... Or Floridians. Like, if you're from Florida, fuck you. Like...
Fuck you.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But also, coming from a military town, those people from Florida are true. Oftentimes the ones who drive the worst.
That's true.
See? So fuck them. If you're a bad driver from Florida, fuck you. If you're a bad driver from New York, fuck you.
Oh, New York is a bad one that I see a lot, yeah. Sorry, Leah. Leah's from New York.
Oh, sorry, Leah. Oh, Adam's from New York, too. But he's an aggressive driver. I wouldn't say that he's a bad driver, per se.
No, he's just aggressive. I think you're right.
He's really fucking aggressive.
Yeah.
You know the one time he didn't drive aggressively was when I was in labor?
When you were in labor?
I was like, motherfucker, go 50 miles an hour. Go. I do not care. Get me to this fucking hospital before I have this goddamn baby on your fucking front seat.
Oh my god. I say family members. We call them cousins, but they're not cousins. It's like that close family or close friends that we call family, you know? And their husband and wife are both cops, and they were on their way to the hospital while she was in labor, and she ended up having her baby in the car
because they were following speed limits.
Probably not.
Oh, I was like,
but she ended up having her baby. I think it was her fourth baby, so like.
Oh, it was quickity quick.
Maybe third, but either way, third or fourth baby, and so she ended up having her baby in the car, and she said that paying for the detailing after that was so expensive, and that it smelled so bad because like obviously they got to the hospital and they went in the hospital and that is ugly. And then it was summertime, so they came back outside and it was like disgusting.
No, because I have definitely thrown up. Let's take a quick detour. So for anybody who listened to the episode where I mentioned my ex-husband, so we haven't
brought him up yet.
Extremely fucking drunk at a friend's the one night.
Mm-hmm.
And
the one that you've talked about multiple times?
Yes. So
with the door frame?
No. Different one.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a different one. Okay. No, that's a different set of friends.
Okay.
So her and I would literally get drunk so fucking frequently, and it was bad. Yeah,
well, you were in a terrible fucking marriage.
So I failed my first test. We've talked about that. So I got piss poor fucking drunk afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she was driving his truck home because my car was broken down, so I was driving his truck. So she was driving his truck home because I was shit-faced. Like, I couldn't drive, and she was sober because we would, like, kind of switch on and off, like, momming. And so we were going to her house for the night. So she was driving his truck and she heard me start gagging. And before she could pull off on the side of the road, I had thrown up all over the inside of his fucking truck.
Oh
It was
no.
raunchy. Middle of fucking summer, and I was literally so for a split second I felt kind of bad because I was like, that is a key. Because every drunk person drink or eats pizza, right? So I
Oh,
was like throwing up pizza.
it's like 10 times better when you're drunk.
Oh yeah. So I was throwing up pizza all over his front seats. And for a split second I felt bad. And then I was like, I kind of don't though. I did clean it out though. He was on deployment though, so I
Good for
kind of had no
you.
choice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so I threw up all over his
Raunchy.
Oh, sorry. We're gonna put a trigger warning
Yeah,
about
I will.
vomit and gagging.
I will.
Sorry, guys.
I'll put it in there.
But yeah, so there's that. Okay, go ahead.
What's next? Oh, this one I feel like is like all mothers thing, but like so the way that my house is set up, when I go to the bathroom, I
Mhm.
can't see the living room, which
Mhm.
is where the kids are normally.
Mhm.
And I every time I sit down to pee, I always think about, because Theodore sits in a bouncer, I always think about, what if Oliver tries to get in there and suffocates him or hurts him, or
Oh, that's a bad one.
yeah, I think about that a lot. I don't think that he ever would. Oliver is still not even paying attention to Theodore. He's still like is completely denying his existence.
Child screaming.
But yeah, I know, I hear it. But
Yeah.
it's just, postpartum.
Yeah, I had a lot of intrusive thoughts about him not breathing.
Oh, I have,
A
yeah.
lot of him not breathing. That's
Yeah.
that's probably one of the worst ones.
That's the one that I have most frequently. Theodore slept all night last night, like from when I put him to bed when I was on the phone with you.
Yeah.
So that was what, like 11, 10:30, 11, something like
Yeah,
that.
probably somewhere
So
in
I
there.
put him down. He didn't wake up until 6:30 this morning.
Talk about intrusive thoughts all fucking night.
Dude, I slept. I was sleeping because I haven't gotten good sleep in
Oh yeah.
months. So I like I checked or he woke up at 6:30. I woke up at 6 and was like freaking out because, oh my god, you haven't woken up to eat yet.
Yeah.
So, and my boobs were
Hurting.
oh my god. So I like shot out of bed and flew over to his bassinet and like like I went like this, scared the piss out of him. he and I was like, I'm so sorry. Go back to sleep.
Okay, but I just needed to know that you were breathing.
I just need to know
I've done that a few times. I've scared the fuck out of him. I will say the worst one was when we were on the way to Georgia, and this I don't know if this is necessarily an intrusive.
Quiet.
I think it's an intrusive thought, right? Like
yeah.
kind of halfway, a little bit. I don't know.
Say, yeah.
But so Adam's driving, and mind you, it's like a 7-hour trip. So we stopped a couple times to feed him. For those of you who live in North Carolina and did not know, apparently, and I'll have to look it up again just to double check, but I was actually told there is a law that you can actually pull your child out of their car seat to feed them, or you can get out of the car seat to feed them.
Wild.
Or you can get out of your seatbelt to feed them, which is actually it's kind of unsafe, but also like if you need to, there's the option, like I don't know. But so we were on the way to Georgia and he's like 2 weeks old. So he's in his car seat and it's like a 7-hour trip. So we were pulling him in and out of the car seat, like when we would stop and feed him and I think I pulled him out of his car seat like once to feed him because we had stopped like 3 or 4 times and I was like, I can't sit anymore. I'm 2 weeks postpartum. It fucking hurts. I've got a hemorrhoid
and
on my asshole.
Pelvic pain was
my fucking pelvic pain was
I have a hemorrhoid on my asshole.
It was horrible. So I was like, okay,
Do you have hemorrhoids in other places? Okay.
No, and I only have one hemorrhoid and it just pops out every now and then. It just
keeps
so sometimes I poop and it pops out.
It's saying its hellos.
It does.
And
then
it just
I like poop and then it goes right back in afterwards.
Ow.
It hurts.
I don't have issues with hemorrhoids, so thank God.
Couldn't be me.
I had too many issues with other shit. God said,
I know.
Nah, you're good.
He's like, I'll leave your butthole alone.
I will. You tore to your asshole? That's all I'm gonna do to you.
Actually, that's probably why you don't have an hemorrhoid.
It probably tore right where there was gonna be one, and then it was like, nope,
none needed.
Just kidding.
But no, so like Adam reached back, mind you, he's 6'4", so he can reach Bubba in his car seat anytime he wants.
I can reach when I'm
super fucking
driving,
easy.
yeah.
But so he reached back to touch his face to see if he was breathing, and he didn't move.
I've
And
done
he
that
was
so
like,
many times with
"What
both
the
of my
fuck?"
kids.
So he literally, like, inadvertently, but I mean, I'm glad he did it. He kind of like tapped him in the forehead on accident, and he still didn't move. And he was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh,
Yeah. So I was like, "What's wrong?" And he was like, "Can you please just go back there and check him?" And I was like, "What's wrong?" And he was like, I don't think he's breathing." And I was like, the fuck? What? So I literally had my seatbelt off and I scaled the center console in like 0.3, and I went back there and I had to shake him to get him to wake up. And I was like, "Oh my god." And I was literally
Sometimes
like
they just be
hyperventilating,
deep
and I was like,
sleepers.
"Oh my fucking god." So I sat back there with him the entire time and made sure he was awake. I was like, "If I don't care if you scream, but I need to just know that you're
If
alive."
he's crying, he's breathing.
Yeah, literally. And sometimes I tell myself that to calm down.
Same.
But anyway, so is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Just go down the list. You're gonna say all of them anyway.
Biting shit I shouldn't bite.
Oh, well, yeah, you bite your boyfriend more than
I don't know what it is. Like, we were literally in the shower the one day, and I was having so many fucking intrusive thoughts, and he was like, "Just let it happen." And I swear to God, I bit him like 30 times.
Okay, I just thought of one and I don't have it written down, so I'm just gonna say it now. But I was at the dentist
Chomp.
the other day. So bad.
Chomp.
Just like they were working in there, and like not when they had like the drill in my mouth.
And that's your mind when you're like, what would they do if I just like bit their fingers off right now?
I just like the thought, I was like, I could literally bite your finger off right now. And like I was just like, you just look at the ceiling while you're at the dentist, and I was like, what if I what if I just
what if I just chomp? But it's not even like, oh, I just want to like, sometimes I just want to like, and
it's not even like I want
to just put my mouth on him, like on his arm or something. Actually, I really like biting his thighs because he's got meaty thighs, and I really
Ew.
No, I don't know what it is. Sometimes he's wearing shorts, and I'm just like I could just bite the fuck out of you right now, and you can do nothing about it. Like, which he can. Like, he could very easily just like slap the shit out of my forehead or something. But like, he just God bless the man. He just fucking takes it.
He just deals with you because you know what? That's how you are.
Yeah. Well, and I told him the other night, I was like, I'm really having some like rough intrusive thoughts right now, and he was like, just let it happen. I literally was like biting the fuck out of him. We were in the shower, and he was just like, can you just bite my forearm or something? He's like, just bite something else other than like, because he doesn't like when I bite like his meat, like his fat.
His
meat. Well, he's skinny. You've seen him.
So, I know, but he doesn't like when I bite his.
He would probably prefer if I didn't bite that either.
Hold on. I wasn't even thinking of it as like his dick. I was thinking of it as like you were just calling his. I was just thinking that you were just calling
his like chub,
his
meat.
body.
It just doesn't get any better. Every word I say, I just keep thinking about his dick.
Oh my god.
Sorry, my family is listening to this. Well, I'm actually not sorry. Again,
you had a baby.
And daddy really love each other.
You had a baby.
You bite each other, apparently.
Apparently you bite people's meat. We be biting meat in this.
We were literally the one day we were at. Oh, we had that at the family dinner for his job, and we were at his captain's house. And they were like, what the fuck do you do to this man? They were like, he literally came to work with fucking bruises on him because I was biting him. He lets it happen. He's 6'4".
Oh my god!
He could stiff arm me, and he doesn't.
Okay, so sorry for this interruption. Oh, no. I had two things I had to tell you about before we started this.
God. Oh yeah, you did tell me you had shit to tell me
I
about.
did. I have two.
Oh, so we're telling me about it now?
Yeah, because
I love that for
because
us.
if I forget, I'm not going to tell you. And
Oh, is this the stuff you were talking about last night?
Yeah.
You had it? Okay.
And I have to tell you. I'll see if I can edit it to the beginning so it like.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if I can do that on Anchor.
No, just leave it. It's fine.
Okay. If you listen to this podcast, it is what it is. All right.
Honestly, it's already a clusterfuck about our intrusive thoughts, so you might as well just let it happen.
Okay.
And you know what? If you don't like it, don't listen.
I guess this kind of just counts as an intrusive thought because it just popped in my brain. Okay. 2 things. First of all, I'm a fucking idiot. Stop. Okay, first of all, I'm an idiot. I was on TikTok today, and there's this girl talking about Titimatok. There was a girl talking about how Eminem, the rapper.
I really just thought of like M&M's the candy. Okay, it's fine. It happens. I'm hungry.
Okay. He was talking about how he has 3 different personalities and how each it was like a conspiracy theory, and each album that he lets out is like a different version of him. So he has Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers, and
I'm listening.
Where are you going? Oh. I was like, where are you? Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have Eminem, Slim Shady, and Marshall Mathers. Those are the 3. And she went through and said all of the albums that are who and like, you know, whatever.
Who, what, when, where,
I don't
why.
remember any of that because my ass just realized that he's called Eminem because his name is Marshall Mathers. Eminem. Did you? I'm from Michigan. I should know that.
Eminem.
Marshall Eminem. I'm so glad that I thought you were going to be like, wow, you're a dumb fucking cunt. I really thought you were going to be like, wow.
Me,
Ellen.
of all people, me.
I almost wrote down what we were talking about last. Oh, it was the times. We were 90 minutes. We're all fucked up.
Fucking
okay,
stupid.
Second thing. I'm reading a book. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
I should preface this with if you are reading Haunting Adeline, spoilers. So, it's about this girl and she has a stalker, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, you get both perspectives, which is I love when books do that because also I should mention it is smut. So it's basically reading porn, okay? Love that for me.
Corn?
It's corn. 18 and up for sure. So in the very beginning, because it's like it's dark romance. Dark romance.
Like dirty.
It's dirty and like murder. So at the very beginning, it gives you a trigger warning. A lot of the books that I've been reading, which is
they have trigger warnings?
Tells you a lot about me, I guess. It had to have trigger warnings. And this one said, it was like...
You're taking your medication, right?
I am.
Okay.
That's for anxiety. I'm still ADHD. Yeah. I need Adderall. Oh, I don't have that. So
that's why these episodes are so fucked up all the time, because we're both a cluster
we both have ADHD. Okay, so in this trigger warning, the stalker, he's first of all, he's a mercenary, and he kills people that are in like sex trafficking rings. So he kills like not the girls, but like the people that are running them, like the higher ups.
That's a good person.
Right. Okay. So that's what he does for a living. He has a whole company that like he has like researchers that like find the girls, and then he has him who's a mercenary. He like owns his company, but he's the mercenary that like also goes out and kills them.
Head mercenary.
Yes. His name is Z, by the way. And then so in this the trigger warning, it says something to, I don't remember what it was, but something to the effect of that this has child abuse and like because the girls are underage and like, you know,
stuff
whatever
like that, yeah.
So like as I was reading it, like I was like, okay, yep, that makes sense, because I was worried about child abuse. I was like, I don't know if I can handle that, but they were talking about them being like tied up and like, you know, neglected more than, I know I hear your baby too. Like neglected more than like, right. Anyway, so it said something about that, and then it was like I'm sure it said something else, and I haven't finished the book yet, so I'm sure that there's more to come. But the very last sentence of that trigger warning said something to the effect of sexual activities with a firearm. And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Hold on.
I'm gonna tell you.
Did they shove it?
No. Are you okay?
Motherfucker.
So
I just grabbed my head off the wall.
I as I'm reading peacefully, reading,
all of a sudden they're just
listen. So I'm gonna explain it to you in great detail that I remember it. Well, I don't know about great detail, but I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
So basically, he comes in her house. He comes in her house all the time. That's pretty normal for this book at this point. I'm like halfway through it, so this is like we're deep, right?
Okay.
I'm in deep.
Well, apparently there were other things in deep.
Hell. Listen. So he like was in her house and took her. I don't know if she was in bed and he like got her, or like he I don't remember
like
how
retrieved her, or
yeah.
like okay.
I don't know how that ended up happening, but they ended up in the same room together, okay?
Okay.
And he's like he ties her up, I believe. I think. And at first it freaked me out because it was like not consensual, and I was like, I just don't like reading about. It makes me feel icky, you know. But when you read her perspective, it's like she was saying no, but she was like, no, please keep going, like in her brain. So I was like, I feel better about the situation, you know, that I'm reading. So anyway, he ties her up, and I'm pretty sure he had it in like the back of his jeans, like the gun in the back of his jeans, and like he like was, you know, undressing her and everything, and then like pulls it out, and she's like, what the fuck are you gonna do that? and I'm pretty sure in the book she says what the fuck, because he's crazy, right? If you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if anybody reads the same kind of books that I read.
If Adam pulled a gun out while he had me tied up, I'd be a little upset spaghetti.
Okay, so she had said to him, are you going to kill me? And he was like, no. He was like, it was something about how,
what the fuck?
Exactly. So but she is like, she likes that he is following her. Not like she it's really hard to explain.
So is he stalking her?
He's stalking her. And he is like this crazy mercenary that like is like big muscular dude. She's like tiny, right? She's probably like your size. And he's probably like Adam's height, but like built as fuck, like huge dude, because that's how they would describe him. Scary. Big dude. Okay? So anyway, so she's like, it's this, you'd have to read it to like really understand where it's coming from, but like I get it. Anyway, if it ever becomes a movie, we're watching it.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, basically he fucks her with a gun. That's all I wanted to tell you. Yeah, he like pulls it out, and she's like, what the fuck? And then he like, I'm pretty sure she says like he like touches her thigh with it or something, and it's like, and I remember her saying that it was cold, and then fucks her with it. Yeah, crazy.
I'm mortified.
And then when I read his like, because they don't do it at like the same time, like they don't do the both people at the same time, so you don't read what each person is thinking during one event. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So like that part was in her perspective, and then the after was in his perspective, and he was saying that he did it because he doesn't deserve to touch her yet, that himself doesn't deserve to touch her yet.
So you think fucking her with a gun is
it's so good. It's so good. And I'm getting to a point, so I had to read it's like a short book. It's like 100 some pages before this book, which is like, so this book and another book is a series, and then there's a book before it that's like called
a prequel almost.
Yeah, but like you don't have to read it. It's recommended that you read it before you read the series, but like you don't have to.
Okay, but first of all, who the fuck comes up with this shit?
H.D. Carlton. And she's a wonderful author, like so good. Except Okay, when you read smut, you'll know what I'm talking
You
about.
gotta be a little fucked in the head to go, oh, him fucking her with a gun. Great idea.
Well, listen, we're talking about intrusive thoughts. I probably could come up with something like that. Anyway,
That's true.
I forgot where I was going with this. It's a really oh.
ADHD?
Yeah.
Huh?
Adderall. Where was I going with that?
I don't know.
I don't remember either. Oh, I remember. A lot of this, if anybody reads smut, you'll know what I'm talking about. But like the words people use for like genitalia in books is just really funny. Like, would you like an example?
I would love one.
Okay, clit, for example. Sometimes they use the word clit, like that's normal.
I've heard clit like 1,000,001 times.
Okay, let me tell you what other people, or not other people, but let me tell you what they sometimes use. A nub. Or
a nub.
A bundle of nerves. Heard that one before. Uh-huh.
A nub?
Uh-huh. A nub.
I'm rubbing your nubs.
We're watching Game of Thrones, and somebody just lost his hand. It freaks me out every time I see him now. It's a nub. I don't like it. Crusty.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You remember?
I vividly.
One hole.
One. It's all just... Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Anyway, that's all I had to tell you. But I just needed to get it out in the open because... H.D. Carlton, I love you, but how? Anyway, that's all.
Okay, I think it's your turn, right?
Is it my turn? I don't know.
So.
Sure, I'll
go.
Oh, this one is sometimes when I'm doing dishes and I am just turning the garbage disposal on. Sometimes
I would just really want to get your hand in there.
I would never do it ever. First of all, that's terrifying. But like, for a split second, my brain's like, but what if you? what if you just for just a second? I think. Yeah, that's that. That's that. I don't think I have any context with that one. It just if this is from trauma.
Fuck.
I must have blocked something out because
I like that one. I've personally really thought about that before.
Right? I thought I was crazy. Nope. Okay, great. All right, go ahead.
You weren't giving me like I know I've thought of some of these before, but
I got you, bitch. I got you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Sometimes. You know how when you're like cleaning or you're just like setting a table or something and all you can think of is just going shoop, and just like
and throwing shit. Oh.
The idea of throwing
a
very
plate?
breakable things.
Oh. Yes. I want to go
to me so it scratches my itch.
I was going to say the word orgasmic.
That too.
Like if I had a fucking plate right now and I could just chuck it at that wall, it would just be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like why?
Oh,
we need to go to a rage room.
It's good soup.
It's good fucking soup. We need to go to a rage room. It is. It just like it's like dental flossing my brain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah. A rage room would be great.
We had it when my cousins had a property that they were like gonna build a house on or whatever, so we would like just go play on the property sometimes. And they had like a bunch of old plates and like teacups and just like old shit, and then they literally it was I don't know, I think we were probably like 10. I don't know why we were playing with this shit, but it was just like next to this cement block
and you could just
yes, and I
that.
would just kill for I would kill for just to break a fucking glass again. Maybe when we move, I'll break some shit. Oh, it just sounds
it scratches my itch.
It does.
Real good.
It does.
Real good.
You know?
My eyes really just want to like...
Yeah. Okay. Is it my turn? No.
Yep.
Oh, it is my turn. Oh, I feel like everybody thinks of this one because I see it on social media a lot, but it's when you're driving and you just want to veer into traffic. You just want to.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Adam and I, he really gets upset when I do it, but like he'll tell me to be safe, and I'm like, yeah, but what if I just like whoop?
But what? I'm not gonna do it.
No, and he tells me, he goes, please don't do that. I'm like,
no, I would never actually do it. It's just that when you're driving
some
and you
days,
see
though,
and you see a car coming, you're like, but what if I just you know?
Oh, stoplights are the worst. What if I just keep going?
Oh, I did that. Was it yesterday? I was stopped at a light and I was turning left and nobody was coming and I was like, what if I just go? What's gonna happen? I didn't.
Am I really gonna die?
I didn't. I stayed there and I waited for it to turn green, but I was like, but what if
I really wanna.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, this one is another driving one.
Okay.
This one, same thing. What if I really just drove off this bridge right now?
Okay, I fucking hate bridges and I think that's why I think that. Or like when you're crossing a bridge and you're like, what if it just...
Yours is out of fear. Mine is just out of like, what if?
Yeah, mine's fear. To completely fear-driven.
I literally, so like with a lot of these, I literally play them out in my mind. So like I'll be driving and I'm like, oh, what if I just like off this bridge and then like I hit the water and then I've got to like... I don't like swimming. For anybody who knows me, I really don't enjoy deep water. If I can't see my feet and I can't see the bottom, I don't like it.
Same.
So even like swimming at the beach, I really don't enjoy it.
I don't go past my knees.
I've gotten better.
I don't go past my knees.
I've gotten better.
Nope.
But
you can't catch me out there fighting with the Kraken. Oh.
I don't like it. I don't trust fishy things.
Nope.
That's why I don't eat fish. And
we don't know about like 90% of the ocean, and I'm good with staying it. Keep staying.
I don't like
keeping it like
swim
that.
fish. I don't like shellfish. I don't like anything. I don't like
either.
anything that comes out of the ocean, the sea, the rivers, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They're gross.
Oh, I'm adding onto your bridge thing. My thought whenever we go over a bridge is like, if for however this bridge breaks, right?
Oh, I thought of that.
And we fall into the water. How am I going to get both kids out safely?
Yeah, that's a big one now.
That
too.
is like, yeah.
Yeah, getting Bubba out is I think he's calmed some of my intrusive thoughts. A little bit.
My babies have fueled
my
intrusive
think
thoughts.
He's calmed the bridge one a little bit because I don't think it was out of fear.
No.
Like, so yours was
Mine's fear.
A little bit more fear.
Mine's fear.
But mine was a lot more out of like,
but what if? Yeah, I don't ever have those thoughts when I'm with my kids.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I do, like, when I'm going over the bridge, I think about how I'm going to get them out. But it's more
like...
But it's, like, for them. Like, when the veering into traffic one, that's when I'm all alone.
Like, I don't notice a lot of them as much. Like,
okay, yeah, then I agree with you, yeah.
Is it your turn?
Yeah, because you said the bridge one. Oh, this one is the same thing that we just talked about, and I can do another one if you want me to, but is my kid breathing?
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a really big one.
We already kind of talked about it, so I can do the next one if you want me to.
Go ahead.
This is another, like, I would never, but sometimes you just think about it. Put your hand in boiling water.
Or, yeah, that's kind of like touching the stove.
Touch it. Yeah.
I just want to see what it feels like.
I just want to see how hot is it really.
You know the biggest one?
What?
When you have a wax warmer on.
I just want to stick my finger in it, and I have before, and I fuck myself because ouch, that hurts.
Really bad idea.
Oh, but it's just so, and then it like when it's on your finger and you like peel it off.
Yep. Okay. Mine. I have a lot of driving ones. I swear to God, I don't have these whenever my son is in the car with me.
I really don't. I was trying to think, and I really don't think I do.
Running off the road and hitting a tree. Or a guardrail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know when you're in that, like, the highway in Raleigh, and it's, like, super tight?
Hitting one of those
when we were in a truck, things, I would always be like, what if somebody, like,
what if I just pinballed right now?
Well, and it wasn't like me doing it, but I was thinking, what if someone else hits me and I hit
Yeah.
the rail or
I used
whatever?
to think about pinballing a lot between
Yeah,
those ones.
they're because they're so tight, and when you're
Especially in an ambulance because it's
yeah,
like
it's like so you're so
yeah,
and then people drive like fucking assholes out there, so that doesn't make it any better.
big facts. Okay,
My turn.
next. Yep.
Ba, 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 ba. Oh, okay. So when Oliver's screaming in his room at night and I'm like not looking at the monitor, because a lot of times I just have it right next to
Uh-huh.
me, but if I'm like cleaning or doing
Mhm.
whatever and he just starts screaming, I'm like, does he have his head stuck in the rails in his bed? Like in between, you know what I mean? Like in
Does he
between.
have rails on his bed?
Yeah,
On the floor bed?
yeah.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. I'm always like, did he get his head stuck in there? Or like though, because like it's right up against the wall. Like, did he get stuck in between? Because he will try to climb out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, did he get stuck like in between the wall and the bed? Yeah, I always think about stuff like that.
I don't think I have like a ton about Bubba.
I have so many about my kids.
I don't think.
So many. I was putting Theodore to bed last night when I was on the phone with you, and I put his hand, my hand.
Footsteps.
I know we do. I put my hand on his tummy to like steady him while I put him down, And I was like, what if I just like and like woke him up?
Push it a little bit.
Well, I guess I'll say what I said last time. We both of us are in our respective houses, respective places of dwelling. Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay. It was your turn for an intrusive thought.
Oh, I should probably open my intrusive thought bullshit over here. So I have this like horrible intrusive thought that like I have this incessant need to like throw things out sometimes. So like when I get really frustrated or overstimulated, I'm just like throw out everything in your house. So I'll just start like throwing random shit out. It's horrible. It's
Get rid
absolutely
of
awful.
everything.
Literally everything. Well, it probably doesn't help. Like I live in a 1-bedroom apartment with a 6'4" slender man and a child. So it doesn't really like, I get overstimulated quite often. So I'm just like throwing random shit out. Like the other day, no shit, I threw out like 5 bags of stuff, just random stuff. And Adam was like, you realize I have to take all this down to the dumpster, right? And I was like, I do, but I needed to do it. And he was like, he goes, every time I come home, something is missing in the apartment. And I was like, yeah, that's what happens when you leave me by myself.
Yeah.
Duh. We should be used to this by now. We still have too much shit, too. That's the scary part. But, like, what's even worse is we were talking about it, and I was like, if we get a house, I was like, we're not going to be able to fill a house. Like, we have so much stuff in this apartment, it feels like. But then, like, when we get a house, like, it's going to be empty.
That's what happened to Mikey and Leah because they went from a 2-bedroom apartment to a 5-bedroom house. And like it's like looks so empty.
Which honestly I'm kind of okay with. Like I'm okay with having like decorations and stuff, like decor. But like the idea of just having a bunch of random shit that I can't put anywhere. And I think I'd feel better if the apartment had like storage space, I guess. But it doesn't. You want to know what the storage space is? Our balcony and under our bed.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Us too. Well, I mean, we have actual storage in our house, but we have stuff in those places as well.
Yeah, like you just kind of got to stuff shit wherever you can stuff it and call it a day. Okay. All right. Well, now on to you.
Okay. So, my next one is this one's a funny one. So, sometimes when I'm in like a crowded store or like in public with like a shit ton of people, which this is like so out of character for me because I have social anxiety, but sometimes I just want to scream, caca. I feel like okay, so a little bit of backstory about this one. When I would go shopping with my mom and my brothers and we would like get separated to find them. That's what we would do to call each other. Yell caca. So I think it's just like reminiscent, I guess, of
Yeah, that's fair. That's
but
fair.
yeah, Jaren, as he got older, Jaren is he's younger than me, but he's the oldest of my two brothers, and he used to hate it. He would get so embarrassed.
Adam and I, so like, I mean, you've seen our biggie hoodies, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we literally, if we get separated from each other, we'll say biggie, 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 and the other one's
That's funny.
the other one just comes like scurrying along. Nine
I
times
just
out of 10, though, I'm the one that gets lost.
I
So
just picture you guys both in a store and then like one of you yell biggie 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 and then someone go can't you see.
that's literally, I mean, I sing it to myself if we have to do it, but like, I'm like, oh God. I did it the other day and the motherfucker didn't even hear me. I was like, bro, what? You're 6'4". You should be able to hear me. You have no, like, it's open space
It's
up
open
there.
space up there.
Like, why can't you hear me?
Oh my god.
Fuck. And that kind of like honestly ties into my next one pretty
Really?
well, though. Yeah. Because sometimes, like, you know, when you get like really like overwhelmed or frustrated, or you're in a store and there's a lot of people and you literally just want to start like screaming like random shit.
Yeah, I am an agoraphobic, so yeah.
Yeah. So literally, that's me. I just
Yeah.
sometimes I get so like overstimulated, or even when I'm like totally like on my bullshit. And the past few days, it's been horrible. I don't know what it is, but like even Adam's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Because I'll just like start screaming shit, and he's like, "Are you good?" Like, and no, I'm not. But
Oh, when that ties into what I just thought of, but like when I go to a store and like it's like a I don't know, even like a Target or Walmart or whatever, places that have clothes and you touch something that has like a disgusting texture, the
ugh.
the urge that I have to just loudly gag is overwhelming.
Sometimes you just have to get it out,
And
Ellen.
I was just gonna say most of the time it just happens. I have no control.
That was me last night. So like, for anybody who doesn't know, my kid is like, his asshole is he's just got problems. Okay, so
Last time we talked, he couldn't poop, and now he is pooping a lot.
yes. So that he was very constipated and screaming and not happy. And it was just a lot for me. And I cried every time he would have to poop because he was so constipated and it hurt so bad that he was like full on meltdown, tears, screaming, face was red. It was just bad.
Ugh.
So we've been giving him prunes, which I actually have stopped doing because he's pooping now. But we were giving him pureed prunes because backstory, I know we kind of talked about like my breastfeeding a little bit, but I actually quit breastfeeding and I'm doing it like sporadically, but I think I'm just gonna let myself dry up at this point because fucking why not?
Mm-hmm.
But he was on soy formula because his stomach was really messed up, and he was just vomiting and all this other shit right after he would eat. So we put him on soy until his stomach kind of caught up with the rest of him. So he started doing really well. So we have switched him back to like a regular formula. It's just kind of like gentle. And so we were doing the whole prune excursion and he's been doing really well and he started pooping. So I was like, okay, we're good. Like we can stop giving him prunes. Ellen, when I tell you the monstrous shits that this kid has been letting out the past couple days, horrible. I am petrified. So I had to literally clean everything, all of our sheets and everything the other night because this kid shit and our entire bedroom reeked of his asshole.
I'm telling you, the prunes, dude, they do it every time. One time I gave them to Oliver just like because that was like the baby food that I ended up giving him that day. And
Oh
Kyle was
God.
so mad at me because the next morning he was taking him to probably the babysitter or something because this was when I
Oh,
was working and
oh no.
shit his brains out in the car.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, and that's like, so the other day I did that and I was like, okay, we're good. He got it out of his system. I was just thinking, this is just the first poop after he's been constipated. So it's going to be a little rough. When I tell you he shit last night, Ellen, and he was in the swing in the living room, and I walked out of the bathroom and instantly smelled it, and I was like, babe, and he was like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, Bubba's ass is a little raunchy. So I walked over to, I think I was like moving his bottle or doing something, and I was right by him, and I could still smell it. So I leaned down, and instantly my brain went to exit stage left immediately, abort mission, do not do this to yourself.
Abort,
So
abort.
I picked him up, and my stupidity, all my stupidity, I picked this kid up, right? And I walk him back into the bedroom. Why would I take him into the bedroom, Ellen? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So I looked at Adam and I said, I love you to death. I've done 3 or 4 of these diapers over the past couple of days. I cannot do this one. I can't do it. I'm gonna vomit. I could smell it. I was like, I'm going to throw up. There are not many things in this world that truly make me want to vomit. The smell of his ass last night made me want to curl my guts up.
Oh my God. Last night, so Oliver's been doing this thing where whenever he eats anything, he just kind of like leaves it in his mouth like a chipmunk.
Oh yeah. Oh,
So
love that for you.
yeah, love that. And so I'm always like, dude, you're gonna choke. Like you have to like chew it and
Oh,
swallow it or spit it out. Like pick one, you know? So
you
last
can't
night,
have your cake and eat it too, that whole situation.
so he had something in his mouth. I can't remember what he was eating, but Kyle like went up to him with paper towel to like take it out of his mouth so he would like
Oh
be able
no.
to eat more.
Oh
And so
no.
he, he he gets it out with the paper towel and Kyle is gagging all the way to the trash can.
What
And I
was
was like,
it?
I don't know. I don't remember, but he was like, just the like thought of it being like chewed up food just really got to me.
Well, that's like the other day. So I was at Ellen's and we were recording, and he was running around with food in his mouth. Were we over there that day when he
Oliver was?
literally just like he looks at you and he goes bleh, and he just like
I don't
just
remember.
drops it out of his mouth. We were either recording and I was over there, or we were on FaceTime because that's apparently all we do.
We are on FaceTime quite a lot. I don't remember that actually. Maybe because it happens so often that like
Well, you were like chasing him around and you went to get it and you just went to look and he was like bleh and just like spit it out. And I was like, what the fuck? This kid
yeah,
is a whole mess.
he's a train wreck.
It's okay. We're all a train wreck, so we fit right in.
Okay, is it my turn?
I don't fucking yes. Yeah. It's your turn.
Okay, so I think about this a lot. Like right now I'm home alone with the kids, right?
Oh god.
What if I just died?
Oh my god. I think about that all the time, but I'm like, my mind goes to like absolute worst case scenario. So I think about like, what if someone broke in, or what if I got kidnapped, or what if like
Oh
something
yeah, I
happened
think
to
about all of
Bubba
that.
and I was here
Yeah.
alone. Oh my god.
I think about all of that. All of that.
So,
Especially with that day that I took a shower when both of them or Theodore was in our room, he was just like watching
oh
Hey Bear,
yeah,
and Oliver was taking a nap and I was taking a shower, and I was like, what if somebody just like breaks in right now and takes my kids and I have no idea?
yeah. Oh god, that's like, and that's like the worst feeling ever. But you know what? You know what I hate? You know what I absolutely hate? That intrusive thought about what if like he codes or quits breathing or something happens. Because you know what's insane
What?
is the fact that I know what the fuck to do. I have literally been to school. I know what to do in the event my child codes or my child quits
Oh,
breathing or he chokes on something.
yeah.
And my mind instantly goes to Adam isn't here. What am I going to do? And I'm like, I know what to do. And I
That's
know that like muscle memory would probably kick in, but it's just the fact that like for some reason, and I've told him this before, and we actually had a long talk about this after the whole excursion on the way to Georgia, and Bubba was like, he was acting like he was dead in his car seat, and he wasn't. He was just sleeping, you know. But I told him, I looked at him dead in the eyes and said, I'm going to tell you right now, and I hate to put this on you, but I genuinely do not know if I would be able to do it. I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah,
And
go
it's
ahead.
just, it's painful to think about,
You know what's so funny is that, you know how you said, like, oh no, Adam's not here. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Whenever you and Adam are here, I always like feel more comfortable that there is a medic and an EMT, even though I am an EMT.
Isn't it awful?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's that thing where it's like, I'm his mom, like, and I know, like, obviously I know Adam is his dad, and that's the worst part is like I don't want to put that on him because I don't want him to have to live with that,
No,
like he sees it
yeah.
all day, every day, 10 times a day at work. I know him, I know the guys he works with, and I'm like, I know how many times in a shift, 9 times out of 10, it's kind of crazy, like the amount of times that they get ROSC on their patients, because it's really not like something that's truly common is
No,
getting
it's
ROSC,
not.
and
They get crazy amounts. It's
it's
crazy.
it's insane, and that's why I trust them and I love them, and I know that if anything happens to them, Bubba would be okay.
Yeah.
But like, there's something about, like, even though I know how to do it, I think my mom brain goes to I'm a mom before anything else. So even though I know how to do it, I'm like, I don't know how to do it when it comes to my kid,
Yeah, no, like
I don't know.
one time I was like walking out of cheer practice and there was a little girl that was choking. She was probably like 3, and I ended up doing the Heimlich on her, and like then it was like crazy because like you get this like adrenaline rush, when
Yeah.
something like that happens.
Yep.
So like you just kind of I just did it like that. You don't think about it, you just
Oh
do.
yeah.
And so after like now thinking about that after I had kids is like I don't like
It's
I'm
mortifying.
sure I would be able to just do it like just how I like normally would just do something, but like it's just to think about it without being in the situation is so hard.
Oh yeah. Well, because, and I think part of it is like you don't have that adrenaline. So like, I know that in the moment I would be able to do it, especially if Adam wasn't here. I know I would be able to, but I would literally be like dying inside a little bit more every second that there wasn't, like, someone from EMS wasn't here, like,
Yeah, no,
and
same.
that, I don't know. It's just, I hate it. I hate it so much because I'm like, I know what the fuck to do, and yet my brain tells me I
That
need someone else to do it.
but I'm telling you that's exactly how I feel when you and Adam are here. It's so weird.
Oh God. And the idea of like, and that's what the worst part, I'm telling you, is the idea that my brain is like, you need to have Adam do it. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want Adam to do it because then Adam's going to have to live with that.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen. But I think about it all the time, like, especially driving, like when I'm driving to Havelock, it's so bad because I'm like, what if, I get into an accident or something happens to him or something happens to me? And my brain is like, okay, it's okay because Havelock's only X amount of miles away or X amount of minutes away, and the guys will get here and they'll make it better. Like, they'll take
Mhm.
care of it.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh God, sometimes I really hate being like so much of a mom, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, I'm scared that I won't be able to do what I know how to do because
Mhm.
I'm a mom. And
Yep.
that's scary.
Yep. Okay, I don't have any more, so it's all your personal ones, and then I'll get into the Reddit ones.
Oh, God help
Oh,
us.
and Adam. Adam gave us some
Oh, yeah.
too.
Adam he gave me one like insane one. And that's all I can think about now because he has the same one repeatedly. Let's be honest.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with mine.
Okay.
Okay. And all women, I know we all have had this feeling at
Okay.
one point in time in our life, this very intrusive thought. The other day, I was on the couch in the living room,
Mhm.
and Adam had stood up and he was walking to the bedroom. So all, like, I don't know what it was, but like, how occasionally, you just look at your boyfriend, husband's, fiance's, whoever's ass. Like, you just look at it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you get that slight moment.
Oh, to stick your finger up his butt? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
I was watching him and I was like, I would really love to just poke you in the asshole right now.
Yep. Especially walking up the stairs.
It's so bad up the stairs because you just have like the right angle,
It's
you
like
know?
right there. Why can't I stick my finger right there?
Like, why can't I just stick my finger in your ass? Just once, you know, just
Yep.
once.
Yep.
And in the shower, I've done it a couple times in the shower where I've looked at him and I'm like, can I just poke you in the butthole? And he's like, absolutely the fuck not.
Absolutely not.
No. Do not even contemplate sticking your finger in my ass. Like, fuck.
I've never done it in the shower, but I think Kyle is so like desensitized to it now because whenever he has clothes on, he just like doesn't even flinch.
Oh, Adam flinches. He clenches his ass cheeks, his hips go forward, and he's like, he looks mortified. He really does not like me poking him in any of his orifices, let's be honest.
In any of
It,
his orifices.
it doesn't. It drives him up a fucking wall. Like, you would think he would be used to it by now, but he's really not. Like, he's really not okay with any of it. Because I mean, you know how he hates his belly button being touched.
Oh yeah,
The
so
amount of
weird.
times in a day that I poke this man in the belly button really just it irks his ass.
His
It
ass
really
has been irked.
his ass has been irked. He hates it. And I do it repeatedly, not because I want to piss him off, just because the intrusive thoughts are there, but this isn't necessarily an intrusive thought because I want to have it. Like, I want to have this thought in my head where every now and then I just look at him and I'm like, just poke him in the belly button. Just one
Mm.
good time. And then he gets really mad at me. I love you, babe.
Oh, okay, hold on. I have something to say really quick. Okay, so do you play the game?
No.
You what?
We've talked about this before, and my brain really cannot it cannot comprehend it.
Okay, so for people that don't know, the game is a game where if you think about the game, you lose the game. That's literally the premise of it. And you basically can't win unless the Queen of England or someone like equal in title says that they lost the game. So the game is a continuous thing, basically. So it's a lot of people know about it, and like I'm from Michigan. People in Michigan, we played in Michigan. We play down here. I know people that are from different states. They play like it's a nationwide thing. I don't know if it's a like what's the word, like worldwide. I don't know, but it's definitely an American thing for sure.
I think
Um,
people in Pennsylvania are no, Cheyenne, don't say that. Okay, never mind.
okay, so that is one of my intrusive thoughts because every once in a while I'll just think about it and be like, fuck, I did not want to think about the game, because then once people that play will know, once you think about it, you have to tell everybody that you know that plays that they have also lost.
Oh my god.
But funny story about that whole situation. So when I'm moving, for people that don't know, in like a month, almost exactly. And so we were trying to find okay, so military moves, you basically move to sight unseen all the time.
Yes.
So
Cockroaches and all.
yeah, so we are moving to California in a month, and I had not seen the house that we are moving to. So I was posting in the Facebook groups and everything, trying to find somebody to send me pictures or whatever. Well, Mikey, my husband's best friend, Leah's husband, went on, it's called Zumper, I think, and found like the housing area that we're staying in, and like the first house on the like the pictures of it is
Mhm.
our layout. So he sent it to me. A couple like hours later, probably, he texted me that I lost the game. So then every time I went to go look at that stupid fucking link, I would lose. And then now it's wired into my brain that every time I look at that link, I think about the game. So, but yeah, long story long, I guess. I keep losing.
like, my brain just doesn't, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not smart.
I think it's just that it's so simple that you just can't.
Yeah, because I'm like, what is the point? I think my brain is like, there has to be a point to it, and there's
There,
not. And
there's not one.
it just drives me up a wall. Like, it's so bad.
There's no point.
Oh, God.
Okay, that's all I got. Go ahead.
Um, I just have this incessant, like, desire to just, like, throat punch people randomly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and every now and then it's just like, and it doesn't even mean I'm mad. It's just like, damn, that would be like just that little bit of rage would just seep out. You know?
It would just feel so good.
It would just feel so good sometimes to just watch out, like,
Yeah.
and it's so bad. And I think it's not, I think it's settled a lot now that I've got Bubba. I don't know what it is, but because, like, some people will say things and I'm like, that would be really fun right now to just write.
Facebook posts. I'm like, wow, you're stupid.
Oh yeah, it's so bad. Like, I look at Facebook and I'm like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Like, are you good, bro?
My mom's gonna laugh at that because we were on the phone this morning and talking about a Facebook post that pissed us off. So
Oh yeah, sometimes you just, you really got to get it out.
yeah. All right. You got any
Okay.
more?
Yeah, so I have Adams.
Okay.
So we were talking about what the episode. So he had asked me on the other night on the way home. He had a migraine, so we had to leave early, but he was like, so what did you guys record? Well, I think part of him felt bad because I was like, okay, let's go because you have a migraine.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey, like, what all did you guys get done? Like, did you finish up? Like, are you good? Do you need anything? What was your episode about? So I was explaining to him. I said, it's about intrusive thoughts. And he said, well, what the fuck are those? So I explained to him what an intrusive thought was. So we stopped and got dinner on the way home. And after we got dinner, we went to the gas station. This motherfucker looks at me and he goes, babe, I think I have an intrusive thought. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, I have it quite frequently, actually. He goes, I think it was like the day before he was coming home from work or something like that. And he was like, it got a little bit more intense. And I said, okay,
Okay.
you care to explain? So, you know how, I think it was last year when he had that mass shooting.
Yeah.
Okay, so this motherfucker. For anybody who doesn't know him, he's like literally the black cloud of bullshit. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's worse now that he's a paramedic. So when he was a basic, he had like 3 or 4 shootings in a matter of like a few months. And he just kept getting them. Like, it didn't matter if it was like he had a couple shootings, he had, a couple stabbings, like,
He would get like a shooting or a stabbing a day at
yeah,
least.
it was horrible. And I was like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Like, are you good? Are you asking for this shit? Like, what's going on? So they don't currently have vests at his full-time job. So he has this intrusive thought about getting shot while he's at work.
Jesus, Adam.
And he's like, I just think about it all the time. He's like, I just have this horrible intrusive thought that I'm going to go on a call and I'm just going to get like shot to death. And then they're going to have to call. And then he was like, and he goes, what if I'm on Josh's shift? He's like, Josh is going to have to, like, he's going to have to take care of me. Like, he's going to have to work me and he's going to have to do this and that. And he's like, I don't want Josh to live with that. He was like, Josh is going to have to remember that for the rest of his fucking life. And what if I die? And I was like, are you okay?
This is the epitome of an intrusive
Yes.
thought.
And he kept going. And I was like, dude, that is like, that is an intrusive thought, homie.
Yeah,
Are you okay?
for
And he
real.
just, and I think that's the worst one for him. And I think it's worse now that Bubba's here because him and I have actually had that conversation before about like what happens if, you know, if he gets shot at work or something happens to him at work. And obviously he's like, you know, you're my emergency contact. So like if anything happens, they're gonna call you. And we've had the conversation a million and one times. And I've always told him, I'm like, I don't trust anybody else other than like a handful of people, you know, like those are the people that in my mind I am comfortable with them taking care of him in the back of an ambulance and getting him from point A to point B alive, you know, like, and
Yeah.
I know they know their shit and I know they're good at their jobs and they would do anything for him. And we've talked about that. And then I was like, there are probably only a couple people in which would even want to remotely be the ones to make that phone call. But like, you know, they don't want to make that phone call. But like, if anybody's going to make it, like, I would kind of want them to be the one to make it. So then I feel like they would calm me down a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I was like, God, dude, are you good? And he's just like, and he was like, well, what if I get stabbed at work? And I was like, oh my God, okay, this whole like talking about getting shot, getting stabbed thing doesn't make me feel better when you don't have a fucking vest. Like, can we not? And then you know them, they're like fucking cowboys, and they just think they're invincible, and they're like,
Cowboy.
yeah, let's just do this, let's do that. And I'm like, oh my God. The amount of times this dude has come home and told me stories about work, and I'm like, if you're gonna do dumb shit, like do it safely, please. You know? Like that's all
Do
I ask. We literally have a rule now in our house. If Adam is gonna do dumb shit at work, he's gonna do it safely. Because I'm like, if you're gonna do it, at least like think about how you're doing it. The execution of it needs to be in a safe manner.
Is this OSHA approved?
Probably not. Let's be honest, 90% of the shit they do is probably not OSHA approved if we're
Yeah,
being
probably.
real. But you know what? Fuck it. Like, I guess whatever floats that boat.
I guess. All right. So to get off of the morbid topic of Adam being shot and or stabbed,
Oh my God.
let's talk about some funny ones that I found on Reddit.
I love this, but the fact that you're gonna have to read them makes it even better because you were definitely banking on me reading at least one of those.
Just the one. Yeah, the one's really funny. Okay. So, you know, intrusive thoughts are just what people think of throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
This one is by Steve Wax022, and he says, "Go tell that guy over there that you have butt acne. It would be really funny." and then in the under it says, "Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it."
That's the worst part is that your brain tells you a million and one times, yeah, you should definitely do that. But then you're like, no, 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 no. This is not going to end well for me. Like, not
Okay,
a good move.
this next one. I don't know if
Ellen.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Do you need to send it to me so I can read it?
I don't know if you would be able to read it either. Okay. It says, "Hey, little piss baby, you think you're so fucking cool, huh?"
What?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
I don't know, but it made me laugh. That one's by Dapple dash dash Doolies.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Hey, little piss baby.
Little piss baby.
I like instantly thought of my child just peeing all
Oh
over
my
the
God.
place.
Okay, well, on the topic of piss, Stephen the Cow 12 says, "If I piss on a dog, does that claim it as my territory?"
What? Oh my God.
Oh, so funny.
I
Okay.
really want to just bite the like chunky part of this like microphone right now.
Don't let your intrusive thoughts win.
You know, sometimes I swear to God, people, I don't have pica. Okay, I enjoy biting things.
I think I do.
What do you What do you eat?
Well, I don't eat anything. It's just the thought of doing it. But like we've talked about this before. Remember me and me and Liam would talk about it at work all the time.
Like how sometimes you just want to bite like deodorant.
Yes. Not because I want to like taste it or like
I
actually
think
eat
it's
it.
the texture of it.
Yes, it is. I just want to feel the texture on my teeth. I just feel like it would be.
That
I don't
just
know.
made me think of like a candle.
Oh yes.
Like biting into a fucking candle.
Yeah. Or like
What is wrong
chalk.
with us?
Just.
No, I can't get on the chalk thing.
Oh, I can. I would never do it, but I just sometimes I'm like, yep, could totally do that. Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
I am.
This one's not as funny as the other ones, but we all just decided that blue jeans match everything.
Oh fuck.
Right.
Who came up with that?
I don't know how to say this username, but it says the and then CHLEAR. Chlear? The Chlear? I don't know.
Clear.
No, but it's an H.
The H is probably silent.
I don't know. Anyway, that's how you spell it. But yeah, blue jeans. Okay, and this one, this one's pretty good too.
Oh no.
This one is by suspicious-mark-4651, and he says, "Poopity scoopity whoopity, that dick makes me loopity."
What?
I don't know.
Oh god.
That's all I got.
I feel like I need to like start writing down some of the shit I say during the day.
Yeah.
Because I say a lot of random shit like that, and it just for some reason I said something the other day, and Adam started busting out laughing, and you know him. I mean, he doesn't really like laugh. I mean,
Yeah.
he's kind of just there sometimes.
Yeah.
And he started busting out laughing, and I was just like, you know what? Yeah, this is good shit. He was mad at me last night though, because you know how I told you those fucking pillows that I got have feathers in them?
Oh, yeah.
God damn it. So so one of my intrusive thoughts again is related to our apartment. I have this incessant like thought of just moving everything around or taking shit apart and cleaning it. So last night I was like, I really need to take the couch apart and I
Yeah,
need to take
I was
all
just
the
gonna
cushions
say
off.
for reference, she's literally before we started recording, she was measuring her couch to redo it.
Yes, correct. So I just had this like in my head. I was like, okay, I gotta. Well, to be fair, Bubba did pee on the couch the other day, little fucker, and so I had to like clean it. And I was like, I really don't like the idea of just wiping the top of it off. So I took all the covers off the cushions and like was washing them and everything. And Adam was getting so mad at me because I was like, he threw up on one of those pillows. And I was like, I really need to wash them. I just don't know if the feathers are like contained inside of the pillow or if they're just like free floating like a dick around like inside.
They're free balling in there.
They are free balling. So I was like, let me just unzip it and see. Well, much to my surprise, they were in a container. They were in like a thing. So I was like, first of all, why the fuck are these feathers all over my goddamn apartment if they're in a fucking, they're contained. They should be contained.
Right.
And they were not. So we had to like take the like inside pillows out to get the cover off, obviously. Well, there's fucking feathers everywhere. So I, in my cracked out state, decided, let me just go ahead and throw feathers all over Adam. He was fucking pissed. And he looks at me and he goes, babe, it's fucking midnight. You're throwing feathers all over the fucking place. And all I want to do is fucking cuddle with you. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to continue to do this. I love you.
That's funny.
Yeah, so he had feathers all over him. There were feathers all over the apartment. And Bubba was just sleeping through all of it because he's a G.
That's nice.
It only happens every now and then, once in a blue moon.
Yeah, same. Although last night, we put Oliver down he actually was asking to go upstairs because he was so tired. He was just standing at the bottom of the stairs. And so Kyle put him to bed, and then, Theodore doesn't go to sleep until like 10 or 11 o'clock because that's just how he's been lately.
Yeah.
So at 10 or 11, it was probably 11, closer to 11, I put him down finally. And Kyle and I we made like tortilla pizzas, and I got to make them just like without any children, and it was so nice.
Oh, that is lovely. I love that for you.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Yeah, I don't know what's been up Bo's ass the past couple days, but he's like fully on his bullshit. He wants to be held all the time, and I'm like, dude, do you understand how big you are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was hard enough for me to hold you for the first 9 months that you were being built, but now
I had to carry you and make an eyeball.
Yeah, and make nuts. Making balls and a penis is hard, okay?
Yeah, I've made 2
Hard
sets.
fucking work. Like, come on, guys. But then he's just been like on his bullshit, so he just wants to scream all the time. What the fuck? Did you hear him?
No.
He said, ugh.
Oh. All right, well, we're getting pretty long, so we should wrap it up.
Wrap it around.
Do a wrap around.
All right.
Do you have anything else to add?
I don't think I have anything else to add.
I don't think I do either, except follow us on TikTok and Instagram. It's Hold My Pump. You can join the Facebook group, which is actually, TikTok and Instagram are Hold My Pump Podcast, and the Facebook group is also Hold My Pump Podcast. So join those.
Show some love.
Yeah, follow those. Comment on them. Message us for what you want to hear us talk about.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Like, we want, everybody's input. So if you guys have a topic, or if you just want us to... Really?
Mine's about to start, too.
Not nice. If you just want us to bullshit a little bit more, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. And, well, we will see you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye.